Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome to another episode of DollCast. This episode we've got a very special guest. We have Micah from MixiePixie7. I'm so happy to have you here.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here.
So do you want to tell people, if they don't know for some reason, what your channel's about?
Yeah, so MixiePixie7 is a stop motion channel, I guess like most of AGTube, so I just love American Girls and I love all kinds of videos with them, but I specifically specialize in animation, so I make the dolls move without my hands showing.
So we're going to start with a little lightning round just to quickly get to know you a little bit. So how many dolls do you have?
I have 11 dolls, just counting mine.
Like you have the main family and then there's like the extras and then other dolls too.
Yes.
So when did you start your channel?
I started in 2009, June 14th. So recently. Well, not recently. My anniversary was recently.
Yeah. What was your most popular YouTube video?
For a really long time, it was a Dance Mom stop motion that I made. And I think more recently, it's a stop motion called Take a Brain Break. I think that has over 1 million, so that's cool.
I love the Dance Moms one. I believe I watched it when I first got into Dance Moms, and I love it so much because I'm a dancer.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah, it's definitely old now. It's a little embarrassing, but it's where I was, so.
It's like one of the most iconic videos from like my AGTube childhood, I feel.
That's funny. Wow, an honor.
So how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings. I have an older sister and a younger brother.
We've seen your brother on the channel, but I don't think we've seen your sister.
Yeah, no, my sister doesn't really have much interest in being in YouTube videos, at least not on MixiePixie7. She's been in a couple vlogs on my other channel, but she's very private, so I let her have that.
I know you have a dog. I've seen in like vlogs and your main channel videos as well. Has your dog ever ruined any of your doll stuff?
I don't think so. There's been a lot of close calls. I just remember so many instances where I'll have a setup and he'll maneuver his way right past it, this close to touching one of the dolls. But I don't think I've ever had a big disaster, thankfully.
And how long does it take you to make a video, like a stop motion on average?
On average, probably about 3 days. I just filmed a 5-page stop motion and took about an hour per page. So it was a pretty quick one. 3 days. I'm gonna say 3 days.
So I think the first main topic we're gonna go into is YouTube, because I'm pretty sure that's what most people know you from and are interested in hearing. So one big thing at the beginning of the year that kind of affected us all on AGTube was COPPA. So it's been a few months. I know I was really worried for nothing for myself personally, but I know that you had really strong opinions on COPPA. So any updates on how it's been for you and how it's affected your channel since January?
Yeah, I think the biggest effect that it's had is, losing comments. I think that's the biggest thing that is visual for everybody and not just on my end, like seeing analytics and things. That's been, I think, the hardest hit for me, is just losing that community.
It's so weird, like wanting to watching a video and then being like, I'm gonna go comment, or what should I comment? And there's nothing there, and it's like really sad, because I know one of my favorite parts of being a YouTuber is reading the comments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's not unique to even just AGTube. So yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment, but that's why I'm thankful for Patreon, because I can post the video on there and then it's a smaller pool of comments, but it's still like a community and I can still chat with people. So that's nice.
Would you ever consider making your videos as not made for kids, or do you not want to run that risk?
I absolutely have considered it, but like you said, it is a risk and it's not one that I'm willing to take just because American Girl dolls specifically are marketed towards kids, they're 8 and up. So I feel like there's really no practical way for me to get around the system, because if you look at, what are they, just like the terms of service, like there's so many ways that they could catch me. So I don't know, I just don't think it's worth it.
I feel like personally, because like I heard in Canada, like because it's a US law, they can't like sue or fine or anything in Canada.
Really?
I'm not 100% sure, but like YouTube has to comply because they're American. So that's why my videos are not made for kids, and also I have a way smaller audience. Like YouTube, they kind of know you exist. You have like the plaque like for 100K and all that stuff. You have to like watch yourself a lot more when you're a bigger channel, just because it's easier to get noticed if you're breaking a rule.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that was a thing in Canada. Maybe I should go upload from there now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, just because it's like we have like laws like to protect people, I think, in Canada, but like COPPA is a federal law. Kind of like how in some states, some things are legal and like other stuff is not legal.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Interesting. I'm convinced it's not so much, like, I think it's just another way of YouTube to like bring in more of the ad revenue for themselves, because I'm still making some, but it's like so much less. So that's been a hard hit too.
You know what's so confusing about YouTube? Like when they changed it to be like the rules on how to get monetized, it's like you want money, you want advertisers, then why are you like getting rid of so many potential people who can give you ads?
Mm-hmm. That's what my thought was too, and that's what I still am trying to figure out, how family channels and like Ryan's World, the one that started this whole thing, how they're staying afloat, because I don't know, it's really interesting, because you would think YouTube wouldn't want to lose those big platforms.
YouTube is like so weird. I don't understand them.
It's all about the money though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So you are in college. You're about to start your third year in September, I believe.
Yes.
And how has balancing college and AGTube been?
It's been a wild ride. So I pre-film videos. I feel like I'm very active in the summer. I go to a camp, and so there's several weeks on end where I'm not home filming. So I'll take a week or two before I leave and just pre-film, and I do the same thing for college. And then I'll come home on a weekend and maybe film 2 videos, you know, just like stocking up. And so I've been doing that since freshman year. So it's a lot, but also I'm used to it by now. And then also being home from camp now, that's all I've been doing, is working on videos and catching up on Patreon things. So it's a lot, but I enjoy it. First of all, I like being busy and I like feeling productive. And I think I've learned to handle it pretty well.
Have you ever been recognized in public in like a non-AG setting, so like not a meetup or an AG store?
I've been recognized at camp a couple times by campers, which was really neat. I have a shirt that I'll wear sometimes, and people will say like, oh, I know that channel. I used to watch them when I was little, like people in my classes at school, and I'll be like, oh, that's me. And so that's always cool. So I don't know if you count that as recognizing, if it's me being like, this is me.
Yeah.
I don't know if this counts, like before a meetup, I'll be at the mall or something, and it'll be a couple hours early and someone will recognize me. So that's always cool.
So what AGSMs that you've made, or videos in general, have been your favorites, and why are they your favorites?
It's funny, I feel like I'm my biggest critic, but I guess that's normal for everyone. I think my newer videos are the ones I'm most pleased with, like my Christmas Sisters special and then my Halloween special from 2019, wow. I'm really pleased with those just because I feel like since I've gone off to school and like actually been in film classes, I've been able to really better just the overall video quality of my stuff and just taking more thought into angles and dialogue in a way I haven't before. So I think that that's a big thing for me in deciding whether or not I'm pleased with the video, is just like how it would stand compared to not even a stop motion. So I feel like my specials I put a lot of time into, and I'm happy with those. I don't know, but my favorite videos of all are the ones I film with friends, hands down. Not even stop motions. I just love pulling in my friends and family, getting them to play with my dolls, and just like hear what AGTube looks like to someone that's not a part of it. I think that's a blast, and I never get tired of it.
Those are always like so entertaining to watch, and it's also kind of like recording a memory.
Exactly.
And like what that person was like at that time.
Exactly. That's funny you say that. My roommate is staying with me right now, and we were watching the 2 that I filmed freshman year and sophomore year with my friends dressing the dolls today, and just talking about our friends and being like, wow, they've changed so much, or wow, they're still the same. It's just really neat. So yeah.
I kind of do that with my own videos, like my old ones. I'm like, my voice was so high pitched, and like the camera quality was like so bad.
Yes, I'm the same way. You're your biggest critic every time. It's funny to hear people say what their favorite video of mine is and it be like 6 or 7 years old. I'm like, wow, thank you. I don't know.
I always like feel like my content is like kind of boring, and I feel like with AGTube, no, like I compare myself to other people a lot, because it's kind of hard not to do that on AGTube, even though it's really negative, and like you're like, oh, that's a good idea, I should have done that, or I know for me personally, I wish I could do an AGSM because they get so much traction, but I'm not cut out for those because I have no patience to make them.
I bet you would make a really good one. Your channel is so aesthetically pleasing. I just imagine, I don't know, you're so good at what you do, and that's the other thing too, like, you're so good at what you do, and so I don't know. I feel how you feel about comparing yourself to people, though.
Like, I tried, like, my first stop motion I ever made, it was, like, the night after I got Mary Ellen, and I filmed a stop motion on my phone, had a tripod then, which was good. Like, I did it before bed, and then when I woke up, I finished it, but it was, like, way more rushed in the morning. I posted it. I was really proud of it back then, but grade 9 happened, and unfortunately, I did experience a little bit of bullying in grade 9, and they'd always use, it's okay, but they'd always use that video to, like, tease me about it, and they'd be like, oh my god, Juniper, I lost my camera, and it's like, and I was, like, really ashamed of that video, kind of. And then more recently, I guess, like 2 years ago, I did a quick, like, 30-second stop motion of a doll raising an ornament. But yeah, I'd love to make a AGSM. Maybe I'll do it for, like, the passion project I need to do to graduate next year, but...
That's a cool idea. And also, yeah, why not try again? I feel like it's been long enough. But also, that's the thing, too. If you truly don't enjoy it, then why do it? Yeah. So...
Like, I feel like I like seeing the end result. So maybe if I, like, turn on Netflix or something.
That's what I do. Yeah, definitely. That's the only way I have time to watch anything. Because I love watching movies and love watching shows, but I don't have time otherwise unless I am doing it while I'm doing something else.
So a lot of people are wondering, are the Sophie Awards happening this year? And how are they going to be held? That was one of the questions I got from Instagram, so.
Yes, they're in the process of coming along. That's really all I can say. I really haven't announced them except to my patrons. I posted a little something the other day of some old pictures from last summer and just said, hey guys, just letting you know, like, this is happening, you're the first to know. And I asked them what categories they were hoping to see. So that's as far as I've gotten, is putting the categories together. And then my next step is putting together a site where people are going to be able to put their nominations. So that's my project for next week. So they're coming along, slowly but surely.
So when did you first notice your YouTube channel started taking off?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it depends on what you think of taking off, because for me, like, I remember the 1,000 and 3,000 subscriber marks. Those were huge. And to me, that was taking off. And those were like 2011, 2012 maybe. I think taking off in a more business sense, probably my freshman year of high school. That's when I got my first check from YouTube, and it wasn't much, but I think that's when it finally occurred to me that this could be a business and this could be more than just a hobby. So I guess I'll give it like 2015 as the final answer.
So how do you feel about the current state of the AGTube community as someone who's been on the platform as a creator for a really long time? Because a lot of people are saying, oh, AGTube is dying and all these people are leaving. What are your whole thoughts on, like, AGTube as a whole right now?
I really like that question, but it's a loaded question for sure. I think it's hard to say. It's hard to compare just because I've seen so many people rotate in and out again. Because when I first started, the community was very small and very tight-knit, and everyone knew everyone. You commented on everybody's picture or video and entered every contest. Like, it was just so close. And then those girls grew out of dolls, and I remember vividly, like, a full month of just video after video after video of a girl saying, I'm doing makeup now, and like that kind of thing. And so I saw that, and then I don't know. I just feel like now it's less connected, especially with Instagram. I feel like a lot of creators don't even use their YouTube channel anymore, and they find all of their community through Instagram. And I feel like I don't use Instagram ever. I don't have time to log on as much as I'd like. And so from my point of view, I feel like no one's on YouTube anymore. I don't know. It's interesting. And even just thinking of the channels that I watch, I feel like my list is a lot smaller than it used to be, just because so many girls aren't active anymore.
I do totally understand where you're coming from, though, because I know, even talking with my own AGTube friends, you've got, like, AG Jitters, for example. She's very active on Instagram, and then she posts and she tells me all the time, I need to post way more on YouTube.
That's interesting. I'm the other way around. Completely the other way around. The only reason I really get on Instagram is to post a picture. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to update my feed a little bit. Like, I'll go weeks without even thinking about it, and I'll get on. I'll have so many unanswered DMs and comments that I need to respond to, and it just hurt. Like, I feel bad about it, but it's just, I think YouTube is my priority, just to keep, especially for my younger audience who aren't old enough to have Instagram. Like, I really want to keep in touch with them as much as I can.
Another question from Instagram is, which of your dolls' personalities do you think is most similar to yours?
This is also a hard one. I feel like depending on who I'm with and where I am, I feel like all of my dolls have a little bit of my personality in them, which is how I write for them. I just turn on a different aspect of myself. Is that narcissistic? Maybe. I don't know.
No, it totally makes sense.
Okay. So I'd say when I'm with my family, like my siblings and my parents, I relate a lot to like a Bryn or a Sage. Like I'm the peacemaker, but I'm also sassy. And then when I'm with my friends at school, I feel like I'm a Molly. I feel like me and one other friend are just very much the mothers of the group. The more like, guys, don't do that, you'll get hurt. I clean, I do all of that stuff. Not so much the cooking. But I don't know, I just feel like it depends on where I'm at and what responsibility I have. But I will say the personality of Reed is so close to my brother's. I'll have friends that know my brother watch videos with Reed in it, and they'll text me and just say, why is Reed literally your brother? And I'm like, because he's modeled after him.
The next topic we're going to go into is a bit about your personal life, because you have your personal channel. So for last summer and this summer, you did the camp counselor vlogs, and I know this year I'm working at a day camp, so I can relate to a few aspects of it.
What a blast. Are you working there now? I saw you talked about work in the AG Spirits. Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
yeah. Exciting.
Yeah, because we have pretty low cases where I live, so we wear masks when we're with the parents and spotting kids, because it's a bike camp.
Cool.
But I still relate to having kids.
You are so cool. Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Not cool.
That's a blast. I think it's
But yeah, I know my mom, she was a camp counselor at a overnight camp when she was younger too.
It's the best job.
It seems like so much fun.
It is the best job in the whole wide world. I'm really curious to see how it can go up from here, because I seriously feel like I peaked. I love it. I think it's a blast.
You can run a camp.
Yeah, true. I honestly see myself, or I don't see myself, that's really bold to say. I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up working for media at a summer camp after I graduate. I don't know. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love people that work there. Camp is a weird vibe, but it's the best vibe.
You get to make friends with all the other staff, and then there's staff events that you do after hours, and you get to meet a bunch of kids every week. And I'll admit, sometimes they can be a handful and really stressful, but other times you just miss the kids so much. I had such a good group of kids in my afternoon class last week, and I'm gonna miss them a ton.
It's so hard letting them go.
Thankfully at my camp, a lot of kids come back, so
that's
this
awesome.
week I'm teaching 2 kids from my first week, which is good.
That's the best. Oh, good for you.
Oh yeah, so what's the best part in your opinion about being a camp counselor?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that, because I feel like my answer is so lame and it sounds so rehearsed, but it's so true. Just everything. I love it all. I love working with a staff that's the same age as me and growing with them and keeping up with them after camp is over. I love meeting so many kids, and I hate letting them go, but I love the way that they rotate in and out, and it's just every week is new and different. No morning is the same, even if you're following the same schedule every day for 13 weeks, no day is the same, and that's cool. It's just, I feel like, also me and my roommate were talking about camp games, just the opportunities you have at camp are unlike any other. I feel like just with giant games of tag through the woods, when would you ever be willing to jump in the lake with your clothes on? In the real world, I don't know, there's just so many fun things.
So what made you decide to be a camp counselor and apply in the first place?
I've been going to that camp since I was 12, and I think just from the first day I was there, seeing the way the staff interacted with each other and the way they loved each other, I just felt called there. I was like, I'm gonna do this when I'm older. And then when I was old enough, I did work crew, and so I was there for 2 weeks instead of 1, and I got to work alongside the staff, doing dishes and things, and see more in depth what they do. And I was like, okay, this is definitely for me. Then I got to CIT, and I think you and I have talked about CIT before. I don't know, maybe briefly.
Kind of forget.
Maybe.
I talked a lot, so I don't really know.
I don't know, but CIT was when I first got a cabin, and I knew, okay, I want to do this and get paid, because this is kind of the best job ever.
In university, you're a film major. I always think of you as the trio of third-year film majors with Rockstar 13 Studios and AG Jitters.
Oh, yes! Oh, I'm honored to be in that squad. I am honored. Yes.
What made you choose to major in film, and what career do you want to pursue with that degree when you're older?
I think YouTube definitely had a huge hand in me choosing that major. I've always loved film, and I think YouTube was the outlet that helped me realize that it could be something that I could pursue. After college, I really have my hand open to anything the Lord has for me. Like, wherever I feel led, I'm ready to be there. I think an ideal dream, because people are like, okay, that's a dumb answer, like, give me a straight up. So my straight up, I would absolutely love to be in the real film industry, like Hollywood or Atlanta, like somewhere big, making movies, whether that be directing. I would love to direct something one day, or even editing really interests me. But then small scale, maybe a little more practical for right now. I would also just really enjoy to do media for a company and just be able to edit and direct small things for them. Or, this is a little off, but also highly probable, maybe, hopefully, I'd love to do media for American Girl.
That would be amazing.
That would be so much fun. I don't know if they'd hire me because of my YouTube, because I heard that you have to quit if you have a YouTube channel.
Did Chloe quit? Like, I don't keep up with her channel, but like, she works for American Girl with like a web series.
I don't know. I know that AG Salon Stylist used to work at the American Girl store in New York, and they didn't know he had a YouTube channel for a while, and then when they found out, they asked if he would either like heavily monitor what he was posting or just stop posting. So I don't know. I think it depends on, I guess, the branch and who's in charge of you. But that intrigues me. When they came out with all of those Joss stop motions, my mouth dropped open. I was like, this is what I want to do. That would be so cool. Who knows?
AG, like, I know I grew up with the magazine, and seeing all their pictures, and like, I miss the magazine.
The behind the scenes in the back of the magazine, my favorite. Yes, so cool.
I also love like the doll section that they had.
Yes.
I think they got rid of in like 2013, but like with the doll craft.
Their little sets were so cute. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I loved the American Girl magazine.
Like, that's what I'd love to do. Like, I'd love to photograph for American Girl, but just really see how they make all their sets.
Yeah.
Because like, I love analyzing that.
Oh yeah, me too. I would love to. The year that they let Autumn from, I always butcher her.
Love Autumn.
Yes. When they let her on, her name's Valerie. When they let her on set, I was so jealous. I was like, she's living every AGTuber's dream right now. That was the coolest thing ever. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing something like that.
Even like a few years ago when like they got together with like 5 hens into the Z shoot in Seattle, yes. Or like Cara Lee LS.
Oh yeah, I love them both.
That'd be amazing.
I follow Sydney so closely, and I always tell her, like, you are my inspiration. I love you. Like, she's amazing. I could never.
I was able to meet her for Joss's release, and like I was like so excited because I love her content so much. And I even got her to sign my Joss's foot, which is a fun fact, so.
Wow.
She's like so sweet, and she's so talented.
She's so talented. She wrote me a letter while I was at camp. She sent me a postcard with her photography on it. I was like, I'm gonna die with this. It's so sweet of her. She's the best.
One of my dreams is honestly when the border reopens to like, and it's safe to go to USA again for me, but like to go to Seattle and like meet up with her and do a photo shoot with her, because like I just want to work with her.
That would be amazing. Y'all would be the coolest duo. Oh my gosh. Y'all could post. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Wow, I hope that happens. I'm here for that.
Can we all just like meet up, like a huge AG photography masterclass?
Dude, and Sydney can teach it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
I'm in. See you there.
Yeah, get on the plane right now. Finally, the last topic is going to be American Girl as a whole. So I don't know if you've seen the leaks because you said you're not on Instagram a ton, but for Courtney Moore, like the new 80s doll, okay, I can text you the photos. I screenshotted them if you're interested in seeing them.
Okay.
Do you want to see them?
Sure.
Courtney Moore, she's supposed to come out in the fall. She's like the new Be Forever character. Pretty much, I want to get your first reaction to Courtney Moore.
Yeah, this is raw footage.
This is content.
Yeah, for real. Great. Hopefully I can perform. No, yeah, I haven't been on at all. I saw something. I like flipped onto someone's story on accident, and they were talking about Courtney. I was like, who is Courtney? Like, why are people talking about Courtney like as if everyone else knows who Courtney is? But apparently I'm the only one out of the loop. So
Yeah, it was like everywhere the day the leaks first came out.
really, okay, yeah, the shows where I'm at. Now I'm excited. Bring it on. Okay, I'm looking at the overview with like her sitting there. She's very 80s, as 80s as they come. She looks just like Mary Ellen.
That's what everyone's been saying. Like, it's literally Mary Ellen, give her blue eyes, curl her hair.
Interesting. You would think, I don't know how that would be received, but you would think they would frizz her hair a little bit. But I don't know how you would market a doll with like crimped hair, you know? Mm-hmm. If they're wanting to do the 80s that they're trying for. I like her boots.
Everyone was hoping for a DOC, like a doll color.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah.
But like, it became such a big thing. Like, I'd love one too, and I know that like AG really needs to diversify their historical collection. However, there was never like any confirmed proof that she would be a DOC. However, like, making a white doll is one thing, but making a white doll that looks exactly
they already
like
have?
Mary Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like, I want to say she's cute, but it's like, she's cute because she's Mary Ellen, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I am a little jazzed about 1986. That's really fun, I think. I don't know, I love the 80s. My mom's gonna flip.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna click on her close-up. Oh, yeah, totally cool. I like her little denim. Her hair is intriguing. She's literally Mary Ellen, even with the side bangs.
Yeah, and they styled it in a ponytail and everything.
Is Mary Ellen retired?
Nope. I hope they don't retire her because I love her collection.
I feel like they should retire her if they want this doll in the line.
Mary Ellen's like not even that old compared to some other dolls, and I think she's like pretty popular,
weird.
So I don't know why they'd retire her.
The thing with it all, and you touched on this when you were talking with Maddie in your other podcast, the thing with it all is, or maybe Maddie said it, I can't remember, they have to market towards the audience that they're seeing the most purchasing from. And so I guess Mary Ellen sells really well. And so that's obviously why they did it. But I do agree it is disappointing, but also the numbers don't lie. So there has to be some strategic marketing behind it.
Like, if anything, I wish they changed up her face mold. Like, even like a Josefina mold would be a bit cute. Maybe add some freckles. Just like make her slightly more unique. And I don't think I've noticed this before, but it looks like she has like a slightly like more orangey lip color than usual dolls. I don't know, it might just be the photo, but I'm not into that.
I feel like they could have done so many fun things with their hair for the 80s. They could have cut it short and done like really volumized. I mean, I guess it's hard just because it's a doll and you still want them to, you know, use them. I feel like I'm looking at Mary Ellen. I don't know. Someone's gonna buy her and love her.
Yeah.
But I probably won't be adding her to my collection unless American Girl graciously sends her to me for something. In which I won't keep her, I'll give her away. Oops, sorry AG, but yeah. And then I'm looking at her accessories.
So I showed the accessories to my mom because my mom, she was a late teenager, early 20s in the 80s.
Too. Yes.
Yeah, and then she's the Walkman. I know my mom had one of those. Elastics, you know, kind of basic. Would have preferred more scrunchies, I guess.
Is that a jump rope? What is that?
I don't,
or is that a necklace?
I don't even know. It looks like the ties that they use on I was about to say Netflix by accident. On a necklace. But yeah, the headphones are cute though, and I love the Walkman.
That is cute. I do wish, I feel like accessories from when I was younger, like buying Molly and Samantha, like I feel like, actually, no, I take that back. I was going to say I wish the accessories were more intricate for how much you pay for them, but I guess they've always been not the fullest, you know, because it's like a hat and a bag and a handkerchief and a coin. Okay, I completely take back what I said.
These are like extra hair ties, and I know I don't even use like doll hair ties most of the time. A necklace from far away doesn't look that intriguing.
Why not a bag or something?
Like, the main reason I'd buy this is like the Walkman. Like,
yeah.
But for whatever price it's gonna be way too expensive for just headphones and a Walkman.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't have any intention. I really think the graphics are fun for the 80s with the squiggles. It reminds me of that show, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's Zoom, and it's like all these it doesn't matter. Anyways, very 80s,
I don't
90s.
think I know it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
At her book. Whoa! Is that the girl from Stranger Things? Oh, is this a comparison to her, to Sadie Sink?
I don't know. It probably is. I just saw this picture because I was just like, maybe I should screenshot them just in case. And I looked up #Courtney Moore on Instagram. This one came up. I've never actually watched Stranger Things. So.
Oh, no way. Ooh, I love it.
I'm just like, I'm not a huge TV person because I don't watch a ton of movies. I watch more like reality TV, like Survivor.
That's what my roommate is watching this instant. She's in the other room watching it. Can't get into it.
Yeah. It's so good. Anyways, but like, it's like not really my type of thing. If I am gonna watch like a scripted show, it'd be a comedy, not into drama, mystery.
Wow. Okay, you and I are very different in that way. Even just you not liking movies, that like hurts my heart.
Like, yeah. I watch them, but like I have a short attention span, so like if I'm gonna like devote like an hour and 30 minutes to something, I'd much rather watch like a ton of YouTube videos.
That's valid. I wish I had more time to watch YouTube videos. That's the other thing. It's like so difficult. I feel like I'm the worst YouTuber. For being a YouTuber, I feel like I have no contact with anybody else. It's just funny.
You upload like all the time, which is good, especially stop motions.
I guess the trade-off is I have no friends. Like like I have no YouTube contact, you know. Interesting. I think that's Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. But if it's not, then I'm like really freaked out at how similar her illustration looks.
It probably is because we've only really seen Courtney's meat outfit, and I feel like somebody posted a comparison.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, final thoughts on that. She looks just like Mary Ellen, but I am excited for the era. I feel like her collection is going to be very fun.
Hopefully, a lot of people have been saying hopefully it's not too stereotypical 80s with like very stereotypical things.
With neon colors and things. Yeah, I love classic 80s, just jeans, and one of my favorite pairs of jeans is my grandma's from the 80s, and she's kept them all this time, and then I got them my senior year, and they're my prized possession. So, yeah, I'm into the 80s.
And looking forward to hopefully oversized sweaters and just a lot of oversized things, because I love that.
I almost wonder, with their new release, it was very geared towards, it felt like everything in it was what I wore when I was 12. It was like time travel a little bit, really weird, like with the headphones drawn on the shirt. Pretty sure I had the same thing.
I had those shirts. I think my sister had one. I distinctly remember from like Children's Place when she was younger, but I was never a fan of them because I was like, this is so fake, it doesn't look like I actually have a phone on me.
That's funny. Or the ones with like the purse and whatever. Yeah, so that's what I got with the new release vibes. And so I'm curious to know if the 80s release, could be completely wrong, but it might be a little gesture to the older audience if it is a little more toned down. But I don't know, her meat outfit seems pretty out there. Like very stereotypical 80s.
If they're gonna do a stereotypical outfit, I'd love like a neon workout outfit because like I feel like for a doll that would be awesome.
That'd be so cute.
For regular clothing, I want it to be a little bit more realistic.
I feel like you're onto something with the workout outfit. I feel like they've already got that locked down. That's so cute.
It's AG, they're gonna do it. It's a stereotype.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So moving away from Courtney for a sec. So what has it been like being a brand ambassador for American Girl?
It's the coolest thing ever. And I really just tell people it's like my 9-year-old self is screaming inside of me. Like, I don't know, to have a representative that I can email and be like, hey, I want to have a meetup at this store. It's such a privilege and it's such an honor that they see me as someone that could help with their brand. It's such a blessing, honestly, and I don't deserve it. And I give away a lot of the things that they send me after I use them, or if it's something that I like don't want to use, I'll give it away new. Just because I think that I have way too much stuff and I really want to share it with everyone else, because I'm so fortunate in that aspect. I don't know, it just feels like a dream a lot of the times, because when I was little, I feel like every little girl dreamed of like getting to go to the American Girl store and pick out whatever they wanted, and it's not really like that for me now, but it feels like that sometimes, getting a box of things that I wouldn't ever imagine spending money on. It's such a blessing. I don't know, it's very cool, and I'm really honored, and I truly don't deserve it.
Finally, the last question is, what are your thoughts on the diversity of American Girl?
Oh boy. I think we have a long way to go. It frustrates me a lot. It's tough though, also. It's hard because the eras that they're choosing, like, they're trying to appeal to different audiences, and like, it's where the market's at. And so, like, as much as I agree with you, absolutely, we need so many more dolls of color, of all different colors. It's like a lot of times the moms that are buying these are white, and as like upsetting as it is that they don't want to buy their daughter a black doll necessarily, like that's a lot of times what the market is. And so from a business standpoint, you have to stand back and be like, okay, I understand, but that doesn't mean you have to be okay with it, you know? So in that sense, I absolutely agree that American Girl has a long way to go and a lot to talk about and discuss amongst whoever's behind the next doll that comes out, and the next doll after that, and the next doll after that. I wish they would listen to the people that are like being very vocal about it. It's been interesting getting on and like they'll post something and someone will comment something and American Girl will respond, but it's really not a relevant answer to what they're crying out about. And that to me is a little frustrating. But I don't know, I feel like there's so much behind the scenes that we don't even see, like what discussions are being had that we don't know about. So I don't know, I think we're all kind of in agreement that they have a lot of work to do. So I think we all do. Compared
to a line like Barbie, which is also owned by Mattel, Barbie, like most successful doll line of all time pretty much, they can afford to like, not that it's like a risky thing to diversify their collection,
right,
but like over the years, like they can do more changes. Like I still remember when, like, how many years ago was it? But like when they kind of totally redesigned the fashionistas, introduced like curvy Barbies, tall Barbies, and it was a huge thing. And it was received really positively, but I know AG has been going downhill in terms of like financials. They just closed 3 American Girl stores.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I saw somebody on AGIG like did the math and everything and posted graphs about their earnings. And I do think American Girl, unfortunately, they do have to save themselves from possibly going bankrupt. And in order to do that, they do have to appeal to the consumers. And then once they're financially stable again, they can take more quote unquote risks in terms of like introducing dolls that maybe not as many young girls would like necessarily go towards as this doll looks most like me type of thing.
Yeah, I absolutely think that you said that so gracefully and very, well said. I hope that you put in your part, not even mine, just because you said that so well.
Thanks.
It is heartbreaking that a more risky move is not a blue-eyed blonde doll. Like, it does upset me that is considered, if you don't do that it could be considered risky. But I do absolutely agree that as the consumer, they're obviously not going to give us all the details.
With that being said, thank you so much to MixiePixie7 for coming on and doing the DollCast. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you guys got some of your questions answered or got to learn a little bit more insight from Micah. So be sure to subscribe to her channel and follow her on Instagram. Those will be linked below. And don't forget to follow me as well and subscribe to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching this on Spotify, follow the podcast on Spotify, I guess. And give this video a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. And I'll see you guys soon with another video or an episode of DollCast. Bye!
I had no idea you were on Spotify. Wow! That is so cool. Can I turn this off? Okay, bye. Bye, love you.